How long ago was it, Ed, that we got that car?
We got it in September of 2017.
It's been a long time.
Had it for a long time.
And it started off life pretty rough, really. I mean, it was a good chassis, good body and everything. It wasn't rusty.
Yeah.
I like to say it has, good bones. So we were able to use that chassis and build off of it. It needed paint. We got the engine apart. We found out what it had, car, pistons, rods, and bolts and everything in it, right, Josh? It was car. So it was like quality stuff, really expensive stuff.
It was a 2.7 liter too, right?
Yeah, it was bored out basically to the max. 87?
88.
88 millimeters. So that's about as far as you can go. Stock is 86. It needed to be bored. We couldn't bore it anymore because it was already to the max. So we had to source a brand new block.
Bored out too much because basically we were taking it up there and we were gonna bore it over just to put new pistons in it, and it was just too far.
Taking
gone.
it up where? Where are we taking it?
Up to Kowalski.
Kowalski Racing. That's where we get all our machine work done. They're awesome. They do a lot of work on like Hemis, big horsepower stuff, 4,500 horsepower, crazy builds. Jason Kowalski's got a car he's building. It's gonna be insane. So we stripped the whole car down basically.
Yep, to nothing.
Everything came out. All the interior pieces, harness, everything was out of it. Ditched
Yeah,
it.
I mean the interior too. We stripped it all the way down
Yep.
because we're gonna do the lizard skin, and we did 2 different types of lizard skin.
Yeah, we did.
What was the deal?
It was a sound deadening and a heat protectant.
So we put the heat protectant on the underside of the car.
Yep.
And then we put the sound deadening on the inside, on the floor and everything inside the car. And we just felt like that was, because the vision was to keep it, very streetable and to have a, 600 plus horsepower car that you could drive on the street and, put your kid's seat in the back if you want, and, still use this car. So that was the goal. The ultimate goal wasn't to have it all caged up and, solid motor mounts and all this to where it's just undrivable.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like driving a 600 horsepower car with just ice cold AC, just like all in your face. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
faded suede, the headliner,
Yeah.
which was dope.
We dyed all the tan or off-white plastics from the factory. We dyed all those black.
Dyed
on the
everything
whole-
black. Yeah.
Whole headliner.
Oh, it was like gray. It gets a little yellowish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked so good.
It did, and then it went really good with the seats.
The seats were the Brid Eurostar 2s. We got those brand new. Bought brand new Brid rails.
Brid rails.
Yep. And then the steering wheel ended up matching too. That was like an Alcantara.
Yeah, it was a personal Grinta
Yeah.
and a
Blue
suede.
stitching on it, right?
It was really good. It had the blue in the center, so it matched the rest of the car because we have a lot of blue accents with the candy blue engine covers.
Yeah.
A lot of dress-up bolts, titanium blue dress-up bolts.
Well, I mean,
throughout
there was dress-up bolts everywhere. If it wasn't a blue dress-up bolt, it was a black dress-up bolt. Black dress-up bolt. Black dress-up bolt. Black dress-up
about, I'll say halfway through the project, Scott London had seen our vlog.
Bleeding a little bit of brakes.
Oh, I'm gonna smack my knuckles. Yeah, every time. There we go.
Can't be comfy in there.
It's actually not that bad.
Floor's not hard.
No.
Oh.
Got this nice carpet.
Are you pumping?
So I couldn't resist selling it, so I sold it out from under Josh.
Yeah, because there was a promise at one point that was involved. I don't
It's
know if
not
it was a
going to be
promise.
sold before we get done with it.
Never got to show it off.
Josh
take
and I
it
were
to
supposed to take it to
shows.
car shows and,
Supposed to go to
and
the
show
track
it
with
off.
it,
Yes.
show it
We were
off.
supposed to race Sean, man.
Yeah, no Sean Kirby racing it down.
I'm sorry. Money talks. You know the rest.
Bullshit walks.
Well, there you go. But so with him back in the build, it accelerated things a little bit because it probably would have taken longer if not for Scott coming on board buying the car.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just would have.
Yeah.
We would have been like, oh, this is more important, or that's more important.
Yep.
Like we did for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it would be the back burner, project. So with someone buying it, it kind of pushed us to,
Finish it.
get it in gear and finish it up.
control arms.
Well, once you get the control arms in, like we can put
the drive
those in.
shaft in if you want to start on that.
Okay. Coilovers on.
Front suspension on. Brakes getting there.
Going on. Oh, and they're black. Okay. I feel it.
Ed,
I'll feel it.
explain to them why you get the black ones.
Oh, man.
better?
Yeah, but why though?
He's like, what?
Because when the brake pads and wear this down to the metal, the hats and everything are still black, and it looks instead
and
of
then like sometimes the brakes don't wear all the way out to the edge of the rotor, so that's nice and black too.
Oh, shoot.
it looks good.
Shoot.
I like it. The tail lights.
It looks really good. Yes.
ZLED
The
tail lights.
ZLEDs.
Yes. My favorite by far.
They are.
That's
They're
probably
awesome.
my favorite. I mean, I know you can just buy those, but I really like those on that car. They just set it off.
It
The
does.
back of that car just popped.
So Josh finally got these lights working.
The switch in there.
Shoo! These things are ridiculous, man. That's nuts. They are so bright. I'm sure you can see the reflection. We just spent the last like 15 minutes staring at them.
Yeah, and like just it helps to modernize it a little bit.
Yeah, because they're so much brighter.
They are super bright. I mean, it'll blind you. It hurts. You got better wear sunglasses.
If you're
looking
behind that car in traffic,
at night,
just wear your sunglasses.
you know. Can you adjust that?
You don't want
Hell.
to leave them bright.
Man,
It's so hot.
For as dull as the stock ones are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just leave them bright.
We had another set of wheels that was going to go on there because it was kind of Josh's baby, and I was like, Josh, this is your baby, you know, go ahead and make it the way you want to make it. And
Then he
one thing he
sold it.
wanted was a stock hood because it's got the June vented hood on it now, which I think is super dope.
It's carbon fiber too.
It is carbon fiber. It's painted,
Yeah.
but because it was, you know, it sat outside for a while, so it had to be painted. But and then the wheels that are over here, the work
M8R.
M8R, they're a mesh. They're like a, is it a black chrome? Kind of.
It's like hyper black on
Hyper black. Yeah.
So, favorite part of the car so far? I'll say mine. It was the exhaust by far. That Tomei exhaust,
So
dude,
loud.
It's
It
like
does sound awesome.
when you hear that thing, it's like every time. I never got tired of it ever.
I would say my favorite part is partly to do with that, but it's the way the turbos sound.
That too.
Coming
Oh, yeah.
through that exhaust, you can hear them just whining.
That
you
with
know.
the cams.
Yeah, I mean it's the sound.
And that's
is,
one thing
like,
you'll
one of my
never,
favorite
unless
things.
you're there around it, you'll
Yeah.
never get it like in a camera or
Right.
even with our
You can hear
mics.
it some. I was trying to get it as much as
I'm
I
just
could
talking
with like the
about the
vlog
feel
camera.
of
The
it.
grumble.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
just can't. Yeah, you have
You
to
just
be there.
feel it. It's amazing.
So what's your favorite part of it?
Well, the exhaust is awesome. And
We can't all have the exhaust.
if any of y'all are thinking about buying an exhaust for your R32 GTR, buy a titanium one because you're not going to get the sound
Yeah.
from any other exhaust that a titanium one has.
And this is the Tomei
Xpreme.
Xpreme TI or TI Xpreme, whatever. And they're not that expensive. I mean, I don't think for what it is. It's $1,000. CJ, favorite part of the car? What do you like about it? The most?
My favorite was probably just the exterior look of it. The front end was so aggressive. It had the factory lip and then the other little splitter
AV
underneath
float.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it had the carbon fiber diffuser in the rear, factory GTR wing in the rear with the little gurney flap.
Gurney flap. Carbon fiber gurney flap.
Yeah,
Josh, your favorite
Well,
part?
I've had the thing apart, done every detail down to every nut and bolt, but I mean, just everything with the detail work, I was able to get in there and fully redo everything the way I kind of wanted it, other than the wheels that I didn't choose. But
There's something to be said about when you open that hood. It's just instant bling.
Yeah.
I guess is the word for it. I mean, like the entire right side of the motor is all polished, you know, from all the custom intake Josh did. Then the left side is kind of a little bit blacked out and a little hidden there for the manifold.
And it's true. I mean, every piece on that car was painted, powder coated, or polished.
Yeah.
So we started with 361 and we ended up at 445
Yep. On pump gas.
on pump gas. Gotcha.
1.3.
E85 is next, right?
Yep. Let it cool a little bit. We'll pump all the fuel out. We're gonna change the spark plugs, and then we're gonna get retuned. Mix par.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah. All right. So we got the E85 tune almost ready. We got the pump tune done. Josh is now just going through and making sure that the corrections are going to be right for the E85. Yes, there's a whole nother table in there. He essentially has to tune to make sure that it's going to read right. So he's adjusting that table, so he doesn't have to adjust the whole tune. He just has to adjust this much instead of this much.
Right.
So that's what he's working on now. Just make sure revs right, get the idle right, and then we're gonna do some slow revs and pulls, and then we're gonna try to make some decent pulls. All right, cool.
I'm taking a page out of your book with
Amazing.
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 It's amazing.
Say beautiful too.
Amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful and
Just
amazing.
beautiful and
Just remember
amazing.
those two.
Beautiful. Amazing.
So this thing, we're gonna build a RB30 block for it, loaded down with like PRP stuff. So we're gonna have like a girdle and everything. We're gonna get the spool 3.4 stroker kit. So it's gonna be a 3.4 liter RB30 with the RB26 head. We're going high end on every part. It's gonna be awesome. Brad is the guy that is funding this. So
Thank you, Brad.
yeah, thank you, Brad.
Shout out.
Seriously. SEMA car, SEMA
Yes.
quality car.
No, I originally was just gonna like buy a car, but this was like 6 months of Chris and I talking, and kind of what I wanted to get out of this, and kind of what they wanted to do with it. And me and Chris have been. I gotta give it to Chris. I didn't give him any money for like 6 months, and he talked to me seriously like every day. It'd be like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm in Utah, 2 hours behind this guy.
Oh wow.
And I just get a text. What do you think about the Garage Active wide body? like funny you ask. I was going to talk to you about that on Monday.
So the owner of the car lives in Utah. He's like 6 hours away. He's like, I'll get the car there and we can fly out. So look for that. Stay tuned to the vlogs. And
Watch the vlogs. Don't
yeah,
miss that.
watch the vlog.
And
Do this.
subscribe.
Yeah,
people.
right here.
Subscribe.
It's not that hard. You just look.
Do it.
What you do is you go to you just do that. You just subscribe and then you go to that bell and you just select all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bell notification bell, man.
Oh, the notification
that's-
bell.
That's the main thing.
That's how you know when we upload new stuff.
Exactly.
Right, otherwise you won't get notified.
Yep.
And I'll just be like, wow, Driver Motorsports has released 13 new videos.
In the last 2 days? What? So that's all Tevin's hard work.
Sorry, Tevin.
Dang it.
Yep. So
See you guys.
All right, we're out.
Thank
That's a
you.
wrap.